Hey y'all, you know, we're kind of a baseball family in our house, but we do understand that there's some big football game coming up, the Super Bowl or something, whatever. Anyways, you still want to make snacks for it, right? You don't want to break your lifestyle. So how about today we make buffalo wild wings, buffalo chicken wings with some blue cheese dressing. Now, if you like it just like this, just a dip and eater, I'm gonna make it this way. Or you can do it like Steve likes it, with a buffalo chicken salad. So let's begin. Why I show that? Anyway, so what we're gonna start with is a half a cup. Get started, we're gonna start with our buffalo sauce. It's like a creamy buffalo sauce. So I have a cup of cashews that I've soaked to make them softer. Dump those in there. And then this is a quarter of a cup plus 1 tablespoon of the hot sauce of your choice. I actually have a friend that owns a Mexican market. This is his favorite, and now it's Steve's favorite. And believe it or not, I kind of like it. And I'm not normally a hot sauce girl, but it's pretty good. Then, sorry, I just realized I was covering my face up again. I gotta put in that. We're going to add, this is about a half a teaspoon of chili powder, and about a teaspoon of garlic powder that we're gonna add. Now that kind of depends on your hot sauce. How much seasoning and flavoring your hot sauce has. We're going to add a third of a cup of vegetable broth. You can add more if you want a thinner consistency. Trying to look at my face. After you blend it, you can add a little bit more vegetable broth if it's not quite thin enough for you. Now let's blend. Beautiful. Okay, I actually added about another third of a cup of vegetable broth to mine. Look how beautiful that is. So beautiful. We are going to put this in the fridge, clean our blender, and then come back and make blue cheese dressing. Okay, now to get started on our plant-based, whole food, oil-free, vegan blue cheese dressing. So this time we're going to have a cup and a half of cashews that have been soaking. I just boil water and pour it over my cashews. I'm sure probably most of y'all do. And then it is about 1 teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of salt, and about a half a teaspoon to 3/4 of a teaspoon of dried dill. Again, adjust those to your tastes. This is just good old white vinegar. It's about 2 tablespoons. And then this is 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can add less, but we kind of like that tang. And then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of water. 1, 2, 3. Then we're just going to blend it up. And then there's an interesting step in this that's coming up. So just a second. Okay, so now, scrape down your sides. This is the part that's kind of interesting. Pour it out, And it just looks like a beautiful dressing. This is the interesting part I was telling you all about. Okay. Then you're going to take about a quarter of a block. About a quarter of a block of just firm tofu. And you're just going to break it up. See, if you break tofu, it's kind of like ricotta cheese-ish. I don't know if y'all knew that. Just break it up into your dressing. Because the non-firm tofu, it won't break up like this. It won't become, I don't know if y'all can see my hand, how it's kind of like ricotta cheese or something. It won't get like that. The silken regular tofu, it just kind of gets mushy. See through my towel at the dog, so just a second while I get a new one. Okay, so now we're just going to give this a stir. Almost at a turn, you know. Then, like most of our dressings and things like that, they're better after they sit.
Some of our dressings and things like that, they're better.
They sit in the fridge at least half an hour, longer if you can, because it really gets all those flavors going. So we're going to put this in the fridge, and then I'm going to show y'all how to make wings. Okay, so now let's get started on our wings. Preheat your oven to 450 while we're doing all this other stuff. So you're going to take about 3/4 of a cup of panko breadcrumbs. You're going to add your seasonings to that. You can adjust these to fit you. So this is a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, about a half to a teaspoon of paprika, about a half a teaspoon of salt, and about an eighth to a quarter of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Because we like it spicy. And you're just going to give this a mix. Now, you're going to take a bowl and you're going to make your batter. This is a battered dish. It's not like our breaded fried green tomatoes and like the oysters that we make. This is a battered dish. So you're going to take a third of a cup plus a tablespoon of brown rice flour or whole wheat flour or white flour, whatever flour you want to use. And to that, you're going to add your seasonings. This is about a teaspoon and a half or so of onion powder, same as garlic powder, about a teaspoon and a half of garlic powder. It's 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, about a half or maybe probably closer to a whole teaspoon of paprika, and about a teaspoon of salt and about an eighth quarter of a teaspoon of pepper. And that goes. And to that, you're going to add a half of a cup plus a tablespoon of an unflavored, unsweetened plant milk. Because you don't want the flavor, because that would be gross. And then to replace the egg, you're going to add your almond butter. So this is about a tablespoon of almond butter. And you want it kind of soft. So like, let it sit out a few minutes while you're getting everything else ready. It's supposed to look like thin set pancake batter, and mine is not. So we're just going to add some more milk. Because you want it pourable, we're going to pour it. So think about that as you're mixing it. Feed it like that, it's not pourable. Okay, so after after that's done, you're going to take about a pound of cauliflower florets, not frozen, these are fresh, that have been trimmed of any of the little hard pieces, okay? And you're gonna dump them in a bowl. And then you're going to pour your batter that you just made all over the cauliflower. And then stir it up. So just like wings, you know, you used to take your wings and put them in a bowl and pour your batter all over them. That's what we're going for here. Remy. Now you can use your hands, you can use a spoon. I might resort to my hands because I'm kind of a hands-on girl. Just gonna keep stirring it. You want everything coated. You're gonna be gentle, but you wanna make sure they're all really coated. Then, let me wash my hands. Be right back. Okay, so now, after they're all good and coated, you're just gonna dump them into another bowl. Then we're going to put our mixture on it, the panko. I'm just going to keep tossing it. On there. I think those are pretty well coated. Smell really good. Then you're just going to take the largest cookie sheet you own and put down 2 sheets of parchment paper. Dump these babies out. And then, you know, spread them out so they have room to be happy. And then, lots of goodness on the back of my spoon. We're going to bake it for about 15 minutes. And then we're going to take them out and put some of our buffalo sauce on them and then put them back in the oven. So we'll see you in about 15 minutes, y'all. So after 15 minutes, you're going to take them out of the oven and you're going to put them in a bowl. You're going to take your buffalo sauce. If yours got kind of thick sitting in the fridge, which I think that's okay. You can add a little water to it or a little even milk to it would be fine. So you're just going to coat everything. I don't know if I'm going to use all my sauce. After everything's coated pretty good, the way you like it. Smell like hot wings. It's the craziest thing. Dump it out onto your baking pan. Really spread them out because you want them to get crispy, and if they're on top of each other, they're not going to crisp up like you want. And then we're going to bake them for about another 10 minutes or so. And there you have it, y'all. See y'all soon. Okay, so here we have, after another 10 minutes, a little tip. Let them sit out for, 5 to 10 minutes before you go to eat them. They'll kind of crisp back up and get firm and crispy and yummy. So be sure to like, subscribe, share, and try these recipes, y'all. Be blessed. Thanks. It tastes like chicken. I know they say everything tastes like chicken, but it really tastes like chicken. It's insane. I can't stop eating it. This is all we're going to do the rest of the night.